story, and I apologize right now for my throat. And anyway, so I started 2 years ago. I had watched someone before that on social media. The biggest thing I'll say, you guys, is everybody's always so worried about people not liking and commenting on their posts. I basically stalked someone and kept watching her Facebook forever. Like, I just kept watching. I literally go to her page like every single day. People do not like and comment. They just don't. They watch you to see how excited you are, see how passionate you are, and if you're going to stick with it. Because, I mean, I've had so many friends who have started businesses. I had one friend, she literally posted twice, and I never heard her talk about this business again. And, you know, people want to buy something because they're buying from you and they want to hear your story. So when I joined this 2 years ago, I was lost. I was depressed. You know, I'm a mom, I'm a wife, and I really didn't want to go back to my job after mat leave. You know, when I found it works, I really wanted to try the products. I really wanted to help people, and I just really wanted more for my family. We were really living paycheck to paycheck, you know, way too many bills than anything. And we were just never getting ahead. And the biggest problem is I remember when I was on mat leave and my husband lost his job. And that was really scary because daddy's my husband. Yeah. And, you know, honestly, like I just always thought, you know, you're supposed to get a job, pay your bills, and that's the way it is. I was getting into the routine of, you know, always waiting for Friday, right? Like, always looking at my clock, not wanting to go to work. And I always wanted to run my own business, but you know, it's hard. Like, whether, you know, someone starts up a franchise or opens a restaurant or something like that, you're not making money right away. You're not. I don't care what business you join. You know, the first year, you're basically spending all this money. You're losing money. The second year, you're kind of getting ahead. And then the third or fourth year is when you really start making income. So when I joined It Works, I really was like, okay, I went to our upline, who's Jackie, our presidential diamond. And I was like, okay, what are you doing? Because I knew the income she was making and I needed to make it happen. Anyone can be successful in this business, but you have to really want it. You have to be like obsessed with it. Like, you have to really need the money. I don't know many people who have joined this business who didn't really need the money, who didn't really like their jobs, or really needed to make it happen. You have to have a reason to succeed, because I mean, that's like getting up every day and, you know, you have to be disciplined, right? So if you're really needing the money, or you really don't like your job, or you have tons of bills, you will make it happen, but you have to get to work, right? So when I joined, I literally went all in. I joined basically 2 years ago, like exactly. And I was like, okay, the diamond bonus was out, the diamond bonus that they have right now. And I was like, okay, I'm going all in and I'm getting that $10,000 bonus. And what I said today, like, people don't just try or see what happens in this business. You do it. You either do it or you don't. Denise, our black diamond, she did a really good speech at conference, but we were in her suite and she said, you guys, I don't know if any of you guys saw this, but it's easier to go 100% than 99%. So she gave us all a pen and we all put our pen down on the table. And she said, okay, pick up the pen. We all picked up the pen. Now we put the pen back and she said, okay, try and pick up the pen, right? So trying to pick up the pen was hard, right? Because how do you try and pick up a pen? So that's like with this business. I like to really compare this business to, well, that story, but also, you know, you compare it to, you know, a gym membership. Some people get gym memberships and it changes their life and, you know, they love it. They go every day and it changes everything. But then some people get a gym membership or this business. And I have seen so many people start this business and literally tried for a week. You know, like, if you're wanting to really succeed in this business, you can do really, really well, but you have to treat it seriously. So my first goal was to get to diamond. That was my goal, to get that $10,000 bonus. Then my goal was to make, you know, $5,000 a month, then $10,000 a month. And then, you know, then we started paying off all our debt. And then, you know, once I got to double diamond, it was really life-changing. my first double diamond check was a 5-figure monthly figure. And to me, that was just crazy. And I don't like to talk about the money ever to brag. I like to talk about the money because it changes your circumstances, right? I don't like to, brag about all this money that you can make in the business. But at the same time, if that girl I knew didn't talk about the possibilities in this business, people don't know what they don't know. I posted you guys on my team page, not mine, the training page. It's not my page, it's everybody's pages. That my brother and his wife we're so skeptical with this, so skeptical, right? And the funny thing is that a lot of people just don't know. Like, I had never really understood this type of business, but I was always happy with friends who ever joined businesses, and I always supported them. I always bought stuff for them. I went to parties, but not everybody is going to support you. And as soon as you realize that, and don't let any negativity bring you down, like my brother and my sister-in-law were awful to me. And the funny thing is now I make more of an income than both of them combined. And I don't say that to brag. I really don't. But it's always funny. I wish I could just screenshot my paycheck to them just because they're jerks. But where I'm going with this is, just prove people wrong. Like, it is more about the freedom of time and what you can do with this business, whether you have kids or you want to have kids, or whether you have debt or student loans. I mean, I know some girls in the States who have like crazy student loans. It's crazy. So, you know what? If you go all in and you give this a year, it will change your life. You can't give it a month. You can't give it a week. And I also tell people, like, I've had a couple distributors lately and they're like, oh, Tannis, like, nothing's really happening lately. And I say to them, I'm like, well, what are you doing? And they're like, well, I haven't really done much yet. And I'm like, well, that's why nothing's happening, right? So you have to be really honest with yourself. Like, if you're working hard, things will happen. But if you're not working hard, you can't expect to see these huge, big paychecks and have a huge, successful business, right? So I always tell people, if you put in the work, the time, and you do sacrifices, like, honestly, I'm always on my phone. I actually just got the big new iPhone. It's like so amazing. But I'm always on my phone because I would rather work like all the time and just kind of like, I don't have to work all the time. I'm just kind of like obsessed with this business. And you guys could always message me and I will always message you back. I mean, I love this business so much because I want everybody else to be where I'm at. And, I went to conference 2 years ago, right when I joined. I couldn't afford to go. My husband thought I was crazy, but I'm like, I'm going to go and I'm going to change your lives and I'm going to get that bonus. And so here I am now, and it's crazy to me. I'm running for ambassador now, and it's crazy. I mean, it's crazy now. I look back, and I used to work for someone and make him all this money. And now I work for myself. So the harder you work and you find out what works for you, not everybody's going to love social media. Like, you have to really learn how to work social media if you're going to work it. If you want to do more one-on-ones and parties, you can do that, and expos. But when I first joined, I kind of did a little bit of everything to see what worked best for me. I still do a little bit of everything, but I'm more social media, Facebook, Instagram. I get on the phone with people. I rap people. I do one-on-ones. I haven't done tons of expos. I've done some, but I haven't done tons. And I know lots of girls love doing stuff like that. So it just really depends what you like doing. Anyway, I'll stop rambling. You guys can ask me questions instead. I can keep talking.
No, that's perfect, Tannis. That's what we want to hear, right? So we zoomed a little bit earlier tonight to just talk about some of the things we wanted to pick your brain about. And the first one that these girls really want to hear about is sealing the deal. So when you're sealing the deal, share your wisdom. Okay, so if someone's messaging you and they're asking questions and they're really interested, they're interested. Like, I never messaged anyone. Because I think the biggest thing that people are scared about is why they don't like and comment on your posts is because they think, oh my God, Tannis is going to message me and she's going to be like a vulture and force me, right? So people want to ask questions without feeling that they're obliged to like sign up right on the spot. So what I always do if someone comes to me, I keep it really short and simple, because I remember when I first joined and I would send like, you guys, oh my gosh, like all this information.
like word vomit. You don't want to do that. You really don't want to do that because it scares people. You want to give them the information, but you also want to ask them their questions. You want to build relationships with people. So if someone messages me and they ask me about the hair, skin, nails, or like ask me the price, I'm like, hey girl, how are you? Like, you know, oh my gosh, I love that product. And I let them talk. And then I keep it really, really short. So then when they start asking me, you know, the cost of it, you have to be so confident and I don't go into a whole big thing about, oh, it's a $50 membership. I don't even go into that at all. I just honestly, I say to people, I'm like, you know what, you can do a 90-day challenge. You can switch up the products that you want to do. You become a customer for life. You get 40% off the products and you get perk points. I keep it so short because if I explain everything, like I know sometimes in the parties and events, we explain so much, but that's a little different when you're doing it in an event, right? If someone's messaging you, you want to make it a little more personal and you want them asking you questions and keeping the conversation going back and forth. So say Shauna messaged me and she wanted to know about the wrap, so the hair, skin, nails. I would first ask her like, hey girl, like, you know, what are your goals? And then she'd start telling me and I'd be like, oh my gosh, I'm obsessed with this product. I love it. Always want to tell people that you love the product. I mean, if someone asks me honestly about a product I don't necessarily use, I won't make something up, but I'll say, oh my gosh, my other customer, my friend is having amazing results. She loves it. You know, I'm not going to lie to someone and tell them I use all the products every single day because, you know, we want to be real with people. So I always honestly just tell people, I'm like, you can get my discount price, and which is what everybody does. I always say that because people want to do what everybody does. If you say, okay, Shauna, you should sign up for the loyal customer plan because everybody does that, you'll have the best results. Because if people want to be serious with a product, they have to use it more than 1 month, you know, especially if it's like a supplement, and that you can always switch up the products. So basically with that, honestly, closing the deal, just listen to what they have to say, keep it short and sweet, be confident and tell them the plan, but be very brief with it and be confident. And honestly, some people, if they don't respond right away, remember people are busy. I know some girls freak out if someone doesn't respond to them right away, but it's just because they're busy or with their kids or they're at work or their phone died, you know, and just always follow up because people come to you for a reason. Maybe I actually had a girl and I know she was just embarrassed. She just couldn't afford it and was waiting for her paycheck. And I was like, oh, no problem, you know, so don't worry about that. Just be really confident, keep it short and simple and explain them the information, but really, really short and let them ask you questions.
Trying to unmute myself here. Perfect. No, that's perfect. And that's, we talk about that lots too, just short and sweet.
Yeah.
Don't overload them, right? Information overload just makes people tune out.
And I like doing voice messages.
Yes.
But you have to be really confident in your voice if you're going to do those. So sometimes people might not be ready. Because I remember when I first started doing voice messages, and I couldn't figure out how to press it and I would send it off too soon or something. So if you're going to do a voice message, maybe practice quickly what you're going to say because they want to hear that you're confident and excited about the product. They don't want to hear you saying, I don't know, right? Because we can all get like that. I understand that, right? But people want to know that here's my dog now. Everybody's coming in here. People want to know that you are confident and excited about the product. Because when they hear that you are excited about the product and you want to help them, they're going to buy from you.
Totally. So in the beginning, Tannis, when you first joined the business and you were first getting started and you were building your first Ruby chart, I
had no idea what I was doing.
How did you go about finding your teammates? How did you, what did you do in the beginning?
Okay. So I thought about people in my life. I really didn't understand how all the charting worked. I had no idea, no clue, right? I just knew what I needed to do to get to Ruby. I actually wasn't even looking at the Ruby chart. I was looking at the diamond chart. So I just thought of people, and it is really confusing. Like if you don't understand charting, honestly, just ask questions because it's totally confusing when you start. Like I had no idea. I mean, now it's like I understand all of it, right? And I understand what you need to do to promote and everything, right? But I thought about people in my head that would be great in this business, whether it's someone that you used to work with, someone that you used to go to school with, an old friend that you know needs money, or someone that you know that would like to use a product and maybe use money and make money, right? So I thought of people and I wrote down their names. Some people never replied to me. Some people, like Chelsea, for example, she ignored me, flat out ignored me. Never liked or commented on anything. But she never said no, right? But then I would ask her questions in between. Like, if people don't reply to you, don't worry about that. But you don't want to be like, oh, join my team. Like, you can make all this money. Like, you message someone, be like, hey, girl, I've thought about you. I know you'd be amazing at this. And just let them reply to you. You don't need to write, like, literally, you guys, when I joined, I'd literally sent out huge emails. Oh, my God, it was so bad. I didn't know what I was doing, though, right? No one told me what to do. So it was bad. So I had an idea of people. So think of anybody in your life, whether you work with them, went to school with them, a family member, your best friend, anybody that you can think of, because never underestimate what people might need this business. That's the biggest thing. If you don't ask, the answer will always be no, always. So you have to get an idea. If you're really wanting to, make money and build your team, you have to think of people that you want in your business. It doesn't mean that they're all going to join right away. It does not mean that at all. It just means that you never know. You never know who's going to join your business. And, you want those people to get their own distributors too. That's the biggest thing. You want everybody to build their own business, because if people can get their own distributors and they teach the next team to get their own distributors and that team to get their own distributors, you want everybody to be able to get their own distributors and customers. It doesn't mean that myself or people don't help the team, but it is your business. You're not in it by yourself. But the more, we all work together. I've never been given a distributor. I've never been given a customer. I've never been given volume. I absolutely will help people when they're close to promotions or, based on what my chart looks like. But I think the biggest misconception is that people think that people build people's businesses, and I don't do that. Because your business falls apart when you do that. So you want to make sure that you can get your own distributors, that you teach your team to do the same thing. So think of people in your life and ask them. You have to ask people. And, that's one thing that I need to start doing more of. I know I love to do attraction marketing. I love it when people come to me. But remember, I've also been doing this for 2 years now. So it's a little bit different than you guys who haven't been doing it as long as me. So people I've been working on maybe a year ago are messaging me now because I've followed up with them. I connect with them and I engage with them on social media. They see how consistent I am daily. I do not miss. That's another thing. If you are working on social media, you cannot miss a day. You can't post once on like a Monday and then post again on Friday. I have a girl on my team. I love her. But she is not consistent. And I told her, I said, that is why nothing's happening in your business. And she knows that. So you have to be consistent. If someone's negative or rude to you, it's them, it's not you. Don't worry about that. The people who see that you're consistent and excited and passionate about your business, and they hear your story and your why, they will join you or they will buy products from you. But if you're not being consistent, they're going to go to someone else. And I've had so many people, I ask people, when I have people who message me and I know that they know other distributors, I ask them why they come to me. And they always tell me, because Tannis, you're so excited and passionate about what you do. So people are going to buy from someone where they know that they're serious, not by someone who just posts about it like once a week. So yeah, you have to ask people that you want on your team. You have to ask them. That's the biggest thing. You can't just wait around and expect people to always just come to you unless you're asking them and you're being consistent and you're working your business. You have to ask.
And we do talk about that quite often, about being bold.
Yeah.
Being bold and doing things that nobody else is doing. And there's lots that, when we had this a Zoom right after conference, and I said, I've never been blitzed. And there are days, like, I should be blitzed. Somebody should blitz me at Safeway. I have never been blitzed by an It Works distributor. Has anybody ever been blitzed?
Never. And you know why? Because you guys, I was in Florida And so many people have never heard of It Works.
Which is crazy.
So I know Mark said, I know there's about 150,000 distributors, but Mark said he writes out about 100,000 checks. So remember, there are about 50,000 people who aren't even, oh, there's Harley.
The best were the stats, like when they were saying 90% of the sales come from the United States and that 10% of the sales are international. To me, that's crazy.
Crazy. It's crazy.
International, that's every other country, including us here in Canada. 90% is coming from the States. So that's why when you're out and you're talking about your business and people are like, what is It Works? That's why. 10% internationally is crazy to me. Crazy.
And you know what? The number one income earner in all of, like internationally, it's a single guy in France.
Right?
Like, I was like, what? You guys, there were so many like single French guys.
Single French guys just rocking their It Works businesses.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah. It's amazing to me. So, you know, we've talked lots about blitzing, Tannis, and just how important it is because, man, blitzing, get out there. And
you never know who your next rock star is. I met a girl at Safeway. Oh my gosh, this was like 6 months ago. And she had some stuff she was going through, but I did sell her some product. And she was always interested in the business. I still kind of run into her. And she keeps telling me, she's like, I'm almost there. She's just not ready right now, right? But you have to tell people. Just because you ask people, if you ask 100 people, maybe 5 or 10 will say yes, right? Because people think, they just don't know what we're talking about. Like, they're like, what? Like, what is this rap? They don't understand. People don't understand what multi-level marketing is. Like, people really do not understand.
No, they don't.
I didn't understand. I had no idea what to do. I had no clue. But the biggest thing with this business is that anybody can do it if they want to learn and they take the time and they take out the no excuses. Anybody can do well.
Now, as far as OTOMs in Canada, Tannis, what do you think? Are we going to see an influx? I know that the Americans have an influx of OTOMs.
Yeah.
What about Canada?
I did one in September. I'm planning on doing another one here in April. I want to do more of them, but not here. Because I'll tell you right now, I'm in Manitoba, you guys, and it's kind of dead here. I don't want to say dead. There's a lot of really... You know what? I think It Works was done here by people who kind of gave it a bad name.
Many moons ago, I remember that.
It doesn't matter. And it doesn't matter because look at Jackie. I mean,
it doesn't matter. No.
She did really well. You guys, the girl who signed her up literally walked away from this business. She had an ambassador. She had president. She stopped working her business when she got to presidential. Yeah. That would be like me just stop working my business. Like, you know what? The biggest thing with this is get people in different cities, get people in different states, get people in different provinces and countries. Because you know what? They're going to open up in like France and Mexico. Like you get one person that you meet on Instagram or Facebook. That's all you need.
All it takes is one.
You guys, I have no idea who they are. I mean, I didn't know any of you guys before. You know what I mean? And I met Carissa online. You know what? And then, you know, she brought in some people and then they brought in some people. So that, you know, and then when Chelsea joined, I mean, she has this whole group in Florida. I mean, I have girls all over the place. And one of my other girls I met through a referral and she met someone in Sweden and another girl in Germany. I mean, I wouldn't have known any of these people. So always think
it's crazy.
It's not necessarily who you know, it's who you will know, right?
Yes.
So, you know, say Lacey meets someone on Facebook or Instagram for France, you know, and that person knows someone in Germany and that person knows someone in Australia. So that is what the beauty of network marketing is all about. I mean, Ashley Sinclair, you guys, if you don't know her, she's a top 10 income earner. When she joined her business, she straight out says that she had a huge network. She called her 5 closest friends and she's like, okay, I'm going to be a millionaire. Who wants to come with me?
Do this with me. Yeah.
They all join with her. And she went ambassador, I think, in like 7 months. I mean, it's crazy.
Just crazy.
But she had her 5 friends who were ready to run with her. That doesn't happen often. It really doesn't. I got to Diamond. I had to rebuild. I had to find new people. Getting to double Diamond was my hardest promotion. And then getting triple presidential, everything kind of fell in place, right? So every promotion, I mean, getting to diamond was amazing because you get to diamond, that's when you really start making a good income. Like
if you've looked at the comp plan, ladies, and you want to go over that a few times because you really want to retain that comp plan.
Yeah.
Diamond is what you want, no matter
Diamond,
what.
Yeah.
No matter what. Because it opens up a whole other section of the comp plan. Who doesn't want that section of the comp plan? I do.
Exactly. You guys, getting to diamond is everything. And again, I had no idea. I didn't understand it at all. But you know what? I asked for help from my upline. And Jackie is like here, and there's a whole bunch of people in between who have quit. Then there's Steph, a double diamond, a bunch of people who have quit. And then there's me and my team. So Jackie was willing to help me because she knew I was eager and I wanted to learn. She didn't sign me up. She doesn't really make much money, I don't think, from my team. But she still needs me to go ambassador. She needed another triple diamond in my leg. So I am willing. I'm always happy to help people on my team. I will only help people, though, if they're
working.
If they're really working, right? I mean, I had a girl. I don't know. She's somewhere on the team. I don't even know where she is. I didn't even know who she was. She had messaged me and she's like, nothing's happening for me. And I said to her, I was like, I didn't want to be like, well, who are you? I knew she was on the team.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I've never seen her post. I think she posted once. And she's like, well, I don't know this. I don't know this. I haven't been invited to any parties. I don't know this. I said, well, are you on the training page? She's like, well, yes. And I said, have you been to a Zoom? She goes, no. I'm like, have you been to a party? I said, no. She says, no. Have you been on any calls? She goes, no. I said, well, that's why. So like you have to be willing. People have to be coachable. People have to be willing to learn because all of us started with the same box. We all knew nothing. I mean, a lot of people had done other businesses before. I had never done my own business or anything like this before. Never. I had no idea what I was doing.
And look at you now.
And you don't know what you're doing.
No,
you don't know unless you ask questions and you want the help.
The biggest thing for me watching convention, you guys, was the different people. Like, it just, when you watch them walk the stage, it's like so many different different people that you're like, if they can do that, I can do that.
And look at Denise, you guys. Like, she was a psychologist and her husband was like an aerospace engineer.
Yeah.
Like, she told me she did not make good money, and it wasn't even about that. They never saw each other. They were working crazy hours. They wanted the freedom. Yeah. So everybody has, and then Joel and Stephanie Dunn, they needed the income. Like they sold, whatever they needed to,
so we're going fast.
So what's everybody's goal?
So many of you girls are just hitting it hard this week. Like, I
know, you guys are awesome. So what are your goals, you guys, in the next couple months? I mean, I know what Tan and Cheryl want to do. I don't know everybody else's goals. Like, what are your plans in the next couple months? Because you have to have a goal so you can have a plan of action. Whenever I asked one of my girls, and I said to her the other day, I said, this girl I signed up, and I said, well, what are your plans like for March? And she's like, well, I'm going to try. And I said, no, you can't say that you're going to try. You're going to say that you're going to do it, And if it doesn't happen in February, like I talk like this, it's like me. I would want it to promote to presidential like months before I did. But just because it didn't happen right when it happened, I was still working every day for it. It's like the saying, if one tire is slashed, you're going to slash the rest of the tires. No, you're going to keep working towards your goal. It doesn't mean that. Tori, for example, you guys, I don't know if you guys know Tori. She got to diamond really quick. She's been working on double, and I think she's going to do it this month, right? But she's been working for it every single month, and now she can get that double bonus. Like, I'm excited for her, but she's had to rebuild. People have quit. I mean, people have joined and then didn't do anything. So it happens to all of us. I've had so many people quit.
So that's the task. You guys know how I give you guys tasks at the end of our Zoom? That's the task. I want to see written in our chat what your goal is.
What are your goals, you guys?
Let's see those goals. I want to see them. I've talked about your why. We've had you write out your why and put it in your phone and do all of that. That was Ashley Sinclair, was it not? That was write a letter to yourself. We had them do that yesterday. So now I want to see your goals. Let's see them. Some of you I know, some of you I don't know. So let's see those goals so that we can push you.
Exactly. Because you have to have a goal, right? You have to have a goal.
Oh, yes. And there's big promotions and there's big goals, and we're excited.
It's crazy, you guys. You guys, that $10,000 bonus literally changed our life. Like, That $10,000 bonus was an extra $400 US a month, plus the commissions, plus your fast starts, plus wrap cash. So I remember my first diamond check, it was like over $3,000. I mean, that was more than I was making at my old job in a month.
That's what you guys are all going for, diamond.
Yeah, and I mean,
don't even fill out your Yogi chart. Fill out your diamond chart.
I honestly
like we
didn't
said, say it, and you claimed it today, Tammy. Right? Claim it, say it, shout it out to the world. It's okay. You don't have to be there, but you can claim where you're going, and that's
exactly. You have to tell people where you're going.
I might get kicked off the Zoom. We probably got like 50 seconds left.
Oh, okay.
Told you it was going to be quick.
Oh, well, I'm so glad. I'm so glad we all get to get on.
It's good. It's good. We wanted to know about recruiting, and we wanted to know about sealing a deal. So hopefully that answered everybody's questions. And we'll do this again, Tannis.
I know. I would love to. And I can have it on my account next time because mine allows... We could sit here for 5 hours.
Perfect. And I know it's late for some of you ladies, so thanks for tuning in.
Thank you guys so much. That was fun.
Thanks, Tannis.
Bye.
You guys get your babies to bed and have a good night's sleep, and we'll chat soon, okay?
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.